Hi, I'm David. This is my 2005 Stella. We have a short stock shock.
A what?
A short shock. Don't say that super fast.
So in the intro you've already met David. This is him, this is David. He got his hands on a Stella with a 177 kilo. The thing would top out at about 57 miles an hour. For David, that wasn't quite enough. He did what every rational person would do. Strip the whole thing down to its bare bones, get it painted, put it in a box, and drive 16 hours over from Texas to Atlanta to come and see me at my shop. This was in June of 2020, and the plan was the following. We take the Stella frame that David brought in his homemade crate, and we would build it from ground up. That means completely new wiring, a brand new fork, which was cut and lowered, all new small bits and pieces around the bike, like cal rubbers and rubbers in general, as well as brand new suspension.
To learn the Jedi ways.
The engine was going to be a 221 based on the Malossi VR1. David left the 177 motor back home. Once the bike was wired up and put together, it was ready for a first kick. Which it survived pretty well. It was then on David to break it in, take it back home, and put it all back together. It wasn't until December of 2020 that he was able to come back and we were able to finish the bike. And this is what we came up with.
Hi, my name is David. This is my 2005 Stella we did a ground up build on it. Really excited about this. I was watching YouTube videos when I first got this. Just trying to see things you could do, and I came across Lee, and I watched a couple of videos where he's building motors and riding his cool orange Stella, and the speed he was getting was crazy, so that's what I wanted, because, you know, that's the kind of person I am.
Shit! So in the front, we used a stock Stella fork, so that's the stock Stella adapter, a new Grimeca caliper, a YSS shock at 185mm lengths, and one of my favorite parts about this is the Spiegler performance brake line running through the fork, so it's fed here through the hole and it comes up through the stem, giving you a lot more space inside the headset. Talk about why does this thing look like a pug?
All right, you ready? So I did a custom 3D printed horn grill. Since the horn is no longer here, I have moved it to underneath the back fender. I decided I wanted this look of sleek, flat look. So I 3D printed this to make it as thin and as flat as possible. It's a little different, but that's what this bike is all about, is trying different stuff. I also have a custom headset cover and a custom headlight green insert there, so, you know, to go with the bike. My glove box insert that I 3D printed. So I 3D printed this little glove box compartment holder thing. It holds the oil. It holds the little pitcher so you can mix it. It actually has a slot for your spark plug, and then it has a little bit of area for extra stuff. That way nothing sloshes around when you're going 100 miles an hour.
Sure.
And then this is a USB port that has 2 ports on it. So I can run, you know, your phone or whatever here, and then I have a cord up here going up to the RAM mount that will allow you to charge your phone while you're riding, so you can do GPS and all that stuff. So all your modern conveniences on a vintage bike. Oh, we rewired the whole thing. Lee said, let's just get rid of all the stuff that could go wrong later. And we rewired the whole bike from scratch. Yeah, the wiring is way better. Simplified, stripped out everything we didn't need, bare minimum. I don't have to worry about electrical gremlins down the road or nothing. I just can't say enough how excited I am how this came out. The rails, luckily he talked me into keeping something standard. So these are stainless steel and I got them powder coated. They came out really well.
What is this?
It's called a center.
Dude, what does this mean?
Oh, Sankey?
Yeah.
So it's Sankey, but it's pronounced Sunky, and it actually means psycho in Hindi. And since it's a Indian-made bike, being a Stella, I figured it was fitting to have an Indian name.
So what we got here are all new Malossi cases. It's the VL1 for 200. So you got the reed block that comes right with it. We use this to mount a 30mm PHPH. Runs with cable choke. It has a SIP vape ignition. All the wiring and cable stuff that David covered. What do you want to call this? What do you call this?
It was called, I don't even know what we call it, Slinky Hose cover?
Yeah, with that thing. Cover it with slinky hose, I guess. There's a CHT running to the cylinder. He uses the Motorino sequential shifter. Yeah, it's the Motorino Diavolo selector box, which allows you to sequentially shift up and down. Inside, I'm using a PX Luso gearbox with a short fourth and a transmission of 2463. I have hit about 75 shifting into fourth on a test ride with this. Shifting into fourth, which is, I don't know, this thing is hilariously fun. As for the exhaust, it's breathing out of this Pipe Design Daytona. It's an exhaust that Pipe Design designed. Yeah, that Pipe Design came out with last year, 2019. I remember. I think I actually pre-ordered this thing. It has really nice low-end torque, really nice exhaust. I did cut the motor to move it over. So I cut the swing arm to move it slightly over to use a wide tire. And then one small issue we ran into is with this exhaust, it would have hit the tire. So what we did is we just shortened the silencer just a tiny bit. So you got this cute little shorty silencer, which makes it a little loud. That's it. I think the next thing we should do is make some noise.
Woo-hoo.
Do not fire this. Do not run this indoors. Wow. My ears hurt.
I wish we had a DV meter.
Don't worry, the police will have one.
Good thing I live in Texas.
We should take it off the stand so you sit on it so you can see the stands. Let me guess, you do want to cut that thing.
Totally cutting that down. I'm 5'6" and I'm flat-footed.
All right. Now, let me ride.
That's what I did. I took this bike out on a test ride. You'll see that in the next video. Until then, don't forget to comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.